were sharing your experience when you knew about it. You said it was shortly after Holy Communion, you reached out to my
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got to the isolation center on the 1st of May.
Okay.
I got in, I saw people on oxygen, people had fever, but I was asymptomatic. Some people had respiratory difficulties. Now, the thing about the virus is this: it attacks people differently based on your body system. So some people will have the virus and they won't know. Some people will have it and they will have issues. They will have fever, cough, sore throat, loss of smell, loss of taste. But so getting there, since I was asymptomatic, I was fine. I started my medications. The doctors came, they checked us. But then I informed my elder sister, I informed pastor, I informed some other friends. I didn't want to tell many people because I didn't know what was going to happen. So as time went on, I think on the 3rd day, I was chatting with one of my consultants in UCH because that was where I finished for. And she told me that I'm going to be fine, that nothing will happen. Because I was asking questions personally, like, why did I test positive for the virus? Why am I here? So she told me to read Psalm 46, which I did. Now I've always been reading Psalm 91 and praying. But reading Psalm 46, on getting to verse 6, it says, "The Lord of hosts is with us, the God of Jacob is our refuge." That scripture gave me a confidence, and like for the first time, I saw a bit of purpose in testing positive for COVID. Now, there was this background fear because nobody knows what was going to happen. So I already took off my security. I took off my password from my phone, God forbid, in case anything happened. So now I started finding out why I was there. Now, because I'm a physiotherapist, I started exercising. And I told people there also to join in exercising because it's very important. Now, the virus, as I already said, attacks people differently. So those that were on oxygen, who had respiratory difficulties, I started prescribing exercises for them to help their breathing. Those that were symptomatic, I told them to perform aerobic exercises, which is very important. Then at some point, we had to be encouraging one another. The Christians encourage the Christians, the Muslims encourage the Muslims, because everybody in that community, there was a bit of fear. Now, this continued for days. Now, many people believe the virus is false. People think government is embezzling funds, which I don't know if that's happening at the back end. But concerning the virus being real, I've experienced it. I saw people there who could not breathe. I had reports of people dying. There was a man that got discharged and died the next day. This man, he had slumped earlier while we were in the ward and we tried to resuscitate him. And we were praying for this man that he wouldn't die and all. But we still lost him. And some of my friends that are still there, they still tell me that people die. So it's very important that we keep safe, right? Keep safe from this virus because number one, in Lagos, we already have a community transmission. Many people around are carrying the virus. Some are showing symptoms, some are not. So we don't know who is or who is not. Now, but one thing that we can hang on to is that you already said, whoever believes God and whoever has participated in the fasting, and it's only those that their time is up that will go with the virus, okay? So now, concerning the fear that people have, I'm not trying to downplay the effect of the virus, but it is not difficult to survive COVID. I want people to understand that it is not exactly difficult to survive COVID. Now, every young person watching this video that does not have any health challenge, any underlying health challenge, will most likely survive. So far, you don't have any underlying health challenge, you will most likely survive the virus. The chances of surviving is about 90, maybe 95%. Now, the elderly population with health challenges, they are the ones that have issues. But most of the people that have witnessed that die, they are elderly people. I've not seen any young person die.
Okay.
Right? So now, that's the isolation center experience. Okay, let me finish that before I talk about that. So it kept going. I tested 3 times because they test us every 3 days when I was there, and 2 of my tests were negative, and that was why I was discharged 12 days later. So on
Okay.
discharge, I informed my parents. I told people, then I went to the media and decided to spread an awareness about the virus. Now, as believers, we should understand that taking precautions is not lack of faith. Taking precautions is it has come to stay because the idea said the virus has come to stay. So we are going to learn to live with COVID-19. Now, for many reasons that we don't understand, the way it affects us in Africa is different from how it affects most of the rest of the world. When I checked last, Africa had about 76,000 confirmed cases with less than 3,000 deaths. So we've been seeing people surviving well in Africa. And the way around it is this. So far you don't put your hands in your mouth or in your nose or in your ears, or you don't have close contact with someone who is positive, you might not get infected with the virus. Hence the face mask, hence the social distancing, hence the washing of hands and sanitizing. So that is very important as we go about our daily routine. Also, faith, like your belief, your understanding, whatever you believe about this thing, it's important.
So you were saying that some of the nutritional diet we can take or adopt to fight against this virus.
Yes. So I was talking about feeding well. Now, all we need to do is build your immune system, right? Feed well, sleep well, and exercise. Now, doing all these things, if at all anybody gets infected with the virus, the chances of surviving is high. But if you are not building your immune system, then the virus will thrive more in the body. Now, well, fortunately for me, apart from the spiritual aspect, now I'm someone that I exercise regularly. So as at the time I got infected and all, it didn't take long for my body to overcome the virus and for me to test negative. So now, building the immune system, feeding well, taking if you have supplements, immune supplements that you can get, then you can get it and use it, right? Now, fruits are very important, vegetables. At all, just try to feed well and rest. Then observing the safety practices of washing your hands, not touching your face, using your face mask if you're in a crowded place. Yeah, if you're in your house, you can take your face mask off. Like I'm not using my face mask now, but if I'll need to step out, then I put it on. So it's always with me. Okay, and also washing the face mask if it's a cloth. But most people will go out, they'll use the face mask today, go again next day, use the same face mask without washing. So if they are using a cloth material, yeah, so you should ensure you wash the face mask from time to time, maybe every 2 days. And if you don't have anything to do outside, then stay indoors. Okay, like it's just because if you might be fine. So now I chose not to go home because I told my friend members I don't want to come and infect you guys. Fine, I've tested positive and I've tested negative. But in case of stories that touch, maybe my clothes or maybe when I go to my room, so I'm not coming home yet, the whole stuff is over. Okay, so if you can avoid going out as much as possible, do.
Okay. Also, I would like to ask, owing to your experience at the isolation center, so what was the treatment process like for you over there? How does it feel like the whole treatment and the whole frontliners coming to see you, taking care of you?
Okay, well, I'm a healthcare practitioner myself, so whenever they come around, it's normal. Like most times, we won't gist. Unlike someone there that they are. So most times, if I have okay, I didn't have symptoms, but the drugs they were giving us, right? I reacted to them because I've not used such drugs before. So when they came, I just started gisting with them. Since I'm having this, I'm having a headache because of the drug and all. So it was fun for me. I could relate with everything that was happening with the healthcare team, and they are very nice. They are very nice because you need to be psychologically fine. That's another thing with the isolation center. Being there, your psychology, your belief system is very important. At some point, all you'll be left with is your faith and friends or family. Because I mean, you are there. I know some people that are still there now. They spent almost 3 weeks, and unfortunately, they're already slipping into depression. It's sad. So I need to keep calling to try to encourage. Don't worry, you'll come out. I mean, these people were there. I went in, I came out, and they are still there. So they need a lot of encouragement. So it's not a palatable experience as it were. If you can avoid it, just avoid it. If you can avoid getting the virus. But if at all you get it, it's not a death sentence. Just keep safe. Don't allow it spread. And I won't say treat yourself, but treating yourself now, you may not use any drugs. Really. I know people that tested positive that didn't use any drugs or anything. And later they tested negative. Right? But if you have symptoms, now, if you have symptoms, maybe you have fever, most times you may just need to treat malaria and how will I put it? Like these things, they are coming because you have the virus. If you didn't have the virus, they may still be in your body, but they won't be active.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
so most times, so the virus has its own course of action, but other ways, the other things in your body that maybe your immune system is not so strong, they come into play also. So that's very important. So vitamin C. Now, I won't want to recommend any drugs, and I don't want to say the drugs they gave us here because to prevent an abuse. But at least vitamin C, everybody can get that. Take as many of it, and drink a lot of water. If you are taking vitamin C, then you should be taking water well because it's water soluble. It means your body will just there can't be an overdose, right? So your body, it will always come out of your body through water.
Which leads me to the next question. So there is this myth about COVID-19 synonymous to malaria. So for you as a survivor, what was like the difference between the COVID-19 treatment and the malaria treatment? They are two different things. So can you just like differentiate between the two, going to your experience at the isolation center?
Okay. When this man came out and he said COVID-19 is malaria, tell me the difference. I tweeted at him and I was like, sir, it was because you didn't have respiratory difficulties. It was because you were not placed on oxygen. It was because you were not scared of your life. You were probably asymptomatic. That's why you think it's like malaria. Now, I lost a friend who died of COVID. So COVID is not malaria. You might need to treat malaria while you are COVID positive because every one of us, we have malaria parasites in our body. Right? But the fact that you recover from malaria, it's just like me, because I was asymptomatic, I come out and I say, there's nothing there. Everybody is fine. It's not true. They just discharged someone yesterday. He was on oxygen for about 4 days. And so it's not COVID is malaria. You might need to treat malaria at some point in time because while you are COVID positive, a lot of things will be happening in your body. But it is not synonymous to malaria in any way. Malaria does not cause respiratory difficulties. Malaria does not cause breathing problems. Malaria does not cause, malaria does not cause cough. Yeah, so if you are coughing, then you're already looking at something that is affecting the respiratory tract.
All right. Okay, all right. Thank you very much for the clear explanation you just gave us now. Also, I will need you to reiterate like the steps we need to follow or the guidelines we should adhere to prevent this virus.
Okay, now since I'm talking to the church, I'll speak freely. Unlike when I was talking to the media where the government will hear. Now the guidelines, there are two ways to look at it. Okay, two things will happen. It's either people get infected with the virus and survive, right? Or you don't get infected at all. Now, because with the way it's going, we have many. There's a woman now. She just went to the market, and on getting back, few days later, she contacted COVID. She didn't exactly have contact with anybody that she can say is this person that gave me the virus or something. So, two things we need to prepare for and against. The steps of washing your hands, using your face mask, avoiding distance if you don't need to. Those ones have come to play. Now, on the other hand, being prayerful, exercising, and maintaining a healthy body system should also come hand in hand. Because now, for me, right from the time the COVID started, right, I'm in the hospital environment, so I told myself two things: you might get the virus, or you might not. Because I was still seeing patients. So I've been feeding well and exercising very well, right? Although there was still this fear that I had when I got the virus. But do you understand what I'm saying about being what's the word now? Like being precautious with it. So feeding well and hygiene, good hygiene. So if you have all that, if at all you get the virus, you won't have any problem. But now, if you know you have people in your family who already have health issues, then you should be more careful. You should be more cautious. If you are living alone, you might be loose. I mean, you'll be fine. But if you have people like elderly people now, maybe your parents, someone is hypertensive, someone is diabetic, someone has any kidney issues, these are the people that are really dying. These are people that are really dying, really. At least from what I've seen, this is my experience, these are people that are dying. Most other people, they may take time before they test negative, but they still test negative and recover. And they may not have symptoms. So those are the precautions. So it's in two phases. Being prayerful, right? Now, being prayerful, if you have faith, or if your belief is I won't get the virus, fine, you won't get it, right? You might not get it. If your belief is, well, I'll be fine, then you'll be fine. But there is no the fact that we are trusting God does not negate health and does not negate healthy living and healthy lifestyle practices. Okay, so it's not anti-faith to use drugs and all these things. And if at all you get the virus and you have symptoms, maybe you are beginning to you can't smell, you can't taste, you're having fever, you're having breathing difficulties, then you should go and get tested. Find out why. That's on the spiritual angle. On the health angle, please feed well. Now, don't overdose on ginger and garlic and turmeric and onions, and because now people are saying different things. Obviously, you should be drinking garlic every day, take ginger. These things are not wrong in themselves, but don't overdose on it because you don't know how much your body needs. Now, there are already cases of people that are dying from they're having intestinal issues because they've taken too much garlic and ginger and this thing. So there's no dosage. If you can take it responsibly, if there's anything like that. Okay. Now they are not cures. Like, it's not as if they will cure the virus, but the antioxidants, they can help your system. Right? But be wise in using them. The same thing about steam inhalation. Some people they put their nose under steam, take it in. Now there's a case now of someone that damaged his tracheal tube because the steam was too much and it burnt the tracheal tube. So some things, just be careful on the health part. You can take vitamin C, okay, and take plenty of fluids and fruits and feed well. This may be a time. This may not be a time to be eating indomie morning, afternoon, evening. Try and take balanced diet, okay, as much as you can, as it is within your ability. Then exercising. Now, remember, many people are at home, just chat on their phones all day. Try getting physically active. Even if it's that you dance, okay? Early in the morning, you can dance for 15 minutes, 30 minutes. You sweat. It will increase your respiratory rate. You feel better. You feel lighter. Okay, just do these things and you'll be fine. Mental health part, stay with your family, communicate with people. Okay, this is the time when if you know someone that is positive, ensure that you are communicating with the person well so the person doesn't lose hope. So the person stays sane. I think that is all. Then wash your hands, use your face mask whenever you are going out, and by God's grace, we will all survive this, okay?
Amen. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for taking the bold step to come share your story with everyone. I would like you to please say a word of prayer, using you as a point of contact to people around the world who are still at the isolation center, who are still recuperating.
Okay. Thank you, Lord, for today. Thank you for everything you've done. We give you all glory and praise. Father, we pray for as many that are still facing this pandemic, as many that still have fears in their hearts, as many that are positive, that you